Stop scrolling. If you're seeing this, your life is about to change. This is not random, and I don't say that lightly. You didn't click this by accident. You didn't land here by coincidence, and you are not in this season of your life by mistake. Something is shifting for you. Not because the universe suddenly decided to bless you, but because you are finally becoming the version of yourself that can hold what you've been asking for. And that changes everything. Pause. Most people never manifest the life they want, not because they're unlucky, but because they never change their identity. And identity is the gatekeeper of reality. You're not waiting on your manifestations. Your manifestations are waiting on you, waiting for you to stop doubting, waiting for you to stop shrinking, waiting for you to stop identifying as the person who almost gets what they want. You say, I want abundance, I want love, I want peace, I want success. But internally, you're rehearsing loss, preparing for disappointment, expecting delay. And expectation is creative power. Let that sink in. What you expect, you prepare for. What you prepare for, you notice. What you notice, you reinforce. And what you reinforce becomes your life. This is not superstition, this is psychological law. This is spiritual structure. The dangerous comfort of struggle, and here's the part that might sting. Struggle became part of your identity. You learned how to survive, how to push, how to endure, how to be strong. But you never learned how to receive. And receiving feels vulnerable, because if you finally get what you want, you can lose it. So unconsciously, you stay in pursuit, because pursuit feels safer than possession. Let that land. Some of you are not afraid of failure. You're afraid of having something good and watching it disappear. So you never fully let yourself have it. You grip it, you test it, you question it, you sabotage it, not intentionally, but predictably. You cannot manifest from a defensive identity. If you walk through life bracing, life will give you something to brace for. If you walk through life assuming instability, you will find evidence of instability. The universe mirrors identity, not desire. Desire says, I want it. Identity says, this is who I am. And life always sides with identity. So the question becomes, who are you really? Are you the person who always has to try harder, always gets left, always struggles financially, always gets overlooked? Or are you ready to release that character? Because it is a character, and you have been method acting it for years. This is the moment you stop playing small. There is a version of you that does not chase validation, that does not panic when things get quiet, that does not interpret delay as denial. That version of you is regulated, grounded, certain, and certainty is magnetic. When you are certain internally, externals rearrange, opportunities appear, conversations shift, people respond differently, not because you forced them, but because you stopped radiating doubt. Good things feel unsafe until they don't. Let's talk nervous system. When chaos is familiar, peace feels boring. When inconsistency is familiar, stability feels suspicious. When struggle is familiar, ease feels fake. So when life starts improving, you look for what's wrong. You ask, when will this end? What's the catch? Why is this happening? And that subtle resistance pushes away the very thing you prayed for. To manifest good things, you must train your body to feel safe with good things. Safe with attention, safe with money, safe with success, safe with deep love. Not euphoric, not manic, safe. Calm is the highest manifestation frequency. The shift that changes everything. Instead of asking, how do I get what I want? Start asking, who would I be if I already had it? If you already felt loved? Would you overanalyze texts? If you already felt abundant, would you panic over every expense? If you already felt chosen, would you compete? No, you would relax. And relaxation signals sufficiency. Sufficiency signals value. Value attracts. Walk like it's done. There's a specific energy of someone who knows it's handled. They don't rush, they don't grasp, they don't over-explain. They move with quiet confidence. They assume that doors will open. And even when something closes, they interpret it as redirection. That interpretation alone changes outcomes. Because interpretation shapes emotion. Emotion shapes behavior. Behavior shapes reality. You are not reacting to life, you are interpreting it into existence. And collapse the old timeline. Right now, there are 2 timelines available to you. One where you repeat the same patterns, same fears, same ceilings, same relationships in different bodies. And one where you decide, I no longer identify with limitation. That decision is not loud, it's internal. It's the moment you stop saying, this is just how it is for me, and start saying, this is who I am now. Identity shifts are silent, but their impact is explosive. Expect miracles, but calmly. Miracles are not chaotic, they are precise. They arrive when preparation meets belief. When your self-concept stabilizes into, I am supported, I am guided, I am favored, I am capable of holding overflow, you stop begging, you start expecting. Expectation without desperation is one of the most powerful states you can occupy. It says, I don't need to force it, it's aligning. And that calm certainty creates space for extraordinary outcomes. This is your turning point. If you're still listening, it's because something in you recognizes this. You are done identifying with lack. You are done bracing for loss. You are done rehearsing worst-case scenarios. You are ready to normalize ease, alignment, overflow, reciprocity, expansion. Not occasionally, consistently. So here's your activation. From this moment forward, you no longer entertain thoughts that contradict your expansion. You no longer bond with struggle. You no longer introduce yourself as the person who has had a hard time. You are the person things work out for. You are the person doors open for. You are the person who is deeply loved, deeply supported, deeply guided, not because you forced it, but because you finally became it. Take a breath. Feel the shift. Your life does not change when circumstances change. Your life changes when identity changes. And if you felt something while listening to this, it already started. Now move accordingly.